Hi, I'm Daniel. If you're looking at my cheek, I went to the No Hate photo shoot, had my picture taken as support for my community because I'm very passionate about it. And, well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and start off with my story. I was raised in a southern town, a small town in South Texas, northeast of Houston. A population about 5,000 people, where in a household I was raised in, it was a very conservative Southern Baptist. I was raised in the church. Religious family. I was learning to love baby Jesus. I know all the Bible stories. It's in me. I've been through that. And I was in that family where Democrats are bad, Republicans are all good, that kind of family. And, well, most of my life was hard. I was always different. Always different. I always knew I was different. I was never masculine, as you can say. I was always the girly type, and I've been picked on, name calling, ever since I can remember. Elementary school, first grade, every year, almost every day. I know what it's like to feel like you're alone, like you're completely different, because I went through it every day. I would know how it feels to wake up every morning dreading going to school and fearing someone calling me out, making fun of me, calling me a fag, calling me a queer. I know how it feels. It wasn't as bad in elementary school, but it was more of I was the girly kid. And then when I got into junior high, it got worse. Junior high, middle school was hell. It was hell for me. I would fear going to school every day. I hated it. Every day, it was always a battle. Usually, someone would say something, be like, call me a faggot, a homo, queer. I've been through that every day. I have, but also having raised in the church, it made me hate myself. I completely hated myself for who I was. And I remember going through junior high and then going into high school. Some nights I would pray to whatever is living being is up there. I would pray, cry my eyes out, praying to change, because I hated myself so much that I almost couldn't deal with it. Have thought of suicide. It has came to mind, but I could never bring myself to do it. I went through a huge depression. I have, and it sucked. It was bad, and then once I got into high school, it still happened. I started, well, junior high, the first person I came out to was my stepmom. And she was the first person that told me that I will love you for no matter who you are, whatever you do, whatever you choose, or whatever you live, I will love you no matter what. And that did a lot. But it still didn't change my mind. I was still living in the church. I was still loving God. And then just thinking that all changed one day. And then I started coming out to all my friends, being like, I think I'm gay. And then I had my friends being like, it's okay, we already know. So that helped out. And then just when in high school, my freshman year, I would hide it so much. And when anyone would say, are you gay? I'd be like, no, no, no. I would get defensive. I would lie. about who I was out of fear of someone making a big deal about it. And I would fear someone backing me into a wall. I had those fears that someone would physically hurt me. And that I was mostly through high school until it was in junior high. Or not junior high, it was my junior year. I started meeting other friends. I was getting older. It was after I turned 17. I met a few friends of mine who are really good friends now, who accepted me for who I was completely. They were like, dude, we don't care. And whatever you are, it doesn't matter. And then I started meeting people like me, and and then I started realizing that the first step is accepting yourself, and then everything is better. When you accept and be like, yeah, I am gay. It is who I am. I'm not going to let anyone tell me different, because I know in my heart, in my mind, that this is who I am, and nothing's going to change that. And nothing has changed that. And after I graduated high school, which I came out the second semester of my senior year, and there's one story, is when I finally came out, I was in my English class. I was sitting in class, and our teacher we had to write down our English research papers. I was the first person, and I wrote down gay rights. And then there was this one guy who made a big deal about it. He would talk to his friends and be like pointing and laughing, and I noticed. And then the next day, I wasn't there because I left for spring break, because the next week was spring break, and I was going on a trip. And apparently my English teacher was calling out my name, and she was like, I guess he's not here. And he was like, and apparently blurted out, no one wants that faggot here anyways. And then I learned that day, because a friend texted me, that about half the class told him to shut up and took up for me. Guys, too, that I didn't even know told him that he needs to stop. And then the week after spring break, I had more friends of mine tell him that he had no right to say that. And he apologized. I didn't accept his apology because I knew it wasn't truthful. So I just let him drown in his ignorance. But the thing is that once I graduated high school, it got better. I had the friends that accepted me, and that's all I needed. I may have had a few some, maybe 1, 2, that had a hard time with it. But now, you have to give them time, in which they do. And they love me still. It gets better. I know it hurts. I know how it is. And when I heard about these 6 kids that killed themselves, it hurts me because I know how it was. I know I went through that. I know how it feels. And it sucks. It really sucks. But you gotta pull through. You're great. You're amazing. Nothing. Once you know that you are who you are, it all changes. It gets better. And once you're done with school, and you make the friends you have, because remember, your friends will always be there for you. And I learned that real quick. And I just want to let everyone know that you have a life ahead of you. It will get better. You will change the world. You will change people's perspectives. We need more openly proud gays to stand up. And that's all. Bye.